we'll do it too.
Brendan, now that you're back, we
Sorry.
might need you to hover over the 10-second.
Yeah.
Keep you weren't there.
Put your foot on top of it, not your thumb. Talk about your guests.
Yeah. So, David, while I was talking to our primary, so a few days back, we're kind of going back and forth, and we get on the topic of what each other races, and we were starting to describe it. So I wanted to open this by quoting him.
Oh, boy.
Now, I won't say who. So I'll leave it up to him if he wants to claim this. But I was talking a bit about how fun dwarf cars are, and he says, lawnmower racing is the, quote, cheapest form of racing you can do that will make your butt suck cotton, end of quote. So I thought, wow, we're going to have a good time today.
I guarantee you that's him.
We're going to have a good time today. With that said, we have 3 members of I can read it, SoCal Mower Racing Club.
He's the billboard.
Yeah, so please welcome, we have Brad Barnett, who came down on 2 wheels in this chilly day. We have Gary Paps, one of 3 in his family that race, and Brett Griffith. Welcome, gentlemen.
And he's the hubcap.
Britt Griffith.
Anything close.
Yeah,
Your
anything close.
wife calls
Britt.
me.
Right. So, yeah, and anytime you 2 guys want to talk, just grab it, put your finger up, and then pull it over there and go right into it.
Finger up just in the air.
So Britt is kind of the spokesperson.
I'm kind of my main contact, and he's pretty good at the gift of gab.
Yes, I'm experienced in this world of just running my mouth and saying nothing but using a lot of words.
Man after
come
my
on, let's hear
own
what?
heart.
Oh.
So explain to the fans out there, what is a lawnmower that races?
A lawnmower that races. So we have 3 classes that we run. One is stock, then we have a modified, then we have a super modified. Super modified is the loudest, meanest sounding mowers. It's kind of like NASCAR.
They do not sound like lawnmowers.
No, they're
It sounds
not.
like a bunch of stock cars or modifieds going around. It's
What's
cool.
the largest engine you can put in this the modified?
That would be a Gary question because he is our motor
Go,
builder.
Gary.
And he just
Go,
doesn't tell
Gary.
anybody,
Right.
probably.
Oh, what's the
there's a
largest
lot of
legal?
secrets.
What's the largest legal motor you can put?
49 cubic
pull that around.
inches.
49
Cubic inches.
49. That's how much horsepower?
That's about a 23 horse
Holy
stock motor. That's stock before
Wow.
you fix them up.
Did you slip in from the east coast?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
from down south.
Yeah, a little.
Oh, down south.
under.
Very south. Like
Yeah, New Zealand south.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's way.
I got it on my first guess.
Did
Yeah.
you guess it on your
I
first
did.
guess? We've had some very interesting riders from New Zealand.
yes.
Remember the gentleman
Yeah.
that raced the Baja?
Yes.
Just came over, bought a bike, went down, raced it, and came
Yeah.
back like nothing happened.
Rugged bunch.
Right?
But you guys, and then you have, who's the guy that runs in NASCAR that has letters? I can never say his name.
Wow, we all have letters in our name, Dave.
I know, but his is like RSV. He runs NASCAR. But
I don't know. Let's
but you
go back
guys
to
race
motors.
real cars down there.
yeah,
What
With
does
big
that
motors.
mean?
With big motors.
big motors. Yeah, I got nephews that run stock car racing down there that actually built to crash into each other.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, super stock.
How long you been racing?
I started racing when I was about probably 15 years old
Well,
on
what's
motorcycles.
the first thing? Yeah, I was going to say it wasn't lawnmowers.
Yeah, hill
You did-
climbing.
Yeah, he did the
Oh,
hill
yeah.
climbing.
I love hill climbing.
Yeah.
How long you been in the U.S.?
I got here November 24th, 1985.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What
A
got
while.
you?
Lovely Arizona.
What got you into lawnmowers?
Well, yeah, I've always raced.
Yeah.
I mean, used to race IMCA.
Okay.
That's where I'm at Verona.
Uh-huh.
Modifieds. right?
Modifieds, yep. And then couldn't keep the funds going for
Right.
that one, right?
Been there, done that.
Yeah, right. And then one day I had some family friends said, "Hey, I got a friend that races lawnmowers," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, that sounds good."
Yeah.
Did it sound real when you heard it the first time?
Not really, because
Right.
I hadn't really seen it.
Right.
So anyway, long story short, got a couple old lawnmowers and fixed them up for me and my boys. And they were just stock lawnmowers, pull the governor off,
Yeah.
get them ready to go, and that's how it started.
Yeah,
then
and you didn't slam them or lower them or
not
nothing.
then. I didn't know anything about
No,
that
you just
then. I just thought you got on, just made them go faster, right?
And a point
Sitting way up in the air.
right, top heavy.
Top heavy.
Oh,
and
very
a point
top
that
heavy.
Britt brought up was it really is a lawnmower. It's not a go-kart.
Yeah, it's a lawnmower. I get tired of people that come and they go, oh, so it's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
go-kart with a lawnmower body on it. No, it is not. This
Now,
is
the only thing different, there's no blade.
No, but we do take the blades off because, I mean,
We
maybe when we
appreciate-
do Thunderdome, we'll put the blades back on.
Yeah,
but
we
Whoa,
appreciate that you take.
oh.
We do
Yeah, I
appreciate you
guess-
take the blades off.
I guess
Well,
an
it's so
accident.
funny too because you say that, and I guess just because I'm old, I have about a quarter of an acre that I have to cut every once in a while until all the rabbits came and ate all my grass. Now the tractor just sits there, but I get going, and when I'm all done, I like to do a final cut. I put that thing on full blast. Man, I'm cutting into the turns and I'm slipping and sliding. I just love those things.
Let's make sure to get video. I'll have to talk to Michelle.
No, I'm not getting video.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
All right, we got a guy waiting.
Brad.
What do you got,
Brad's
guy?
got
Yeah, that's the
something to
best part about the mowers is they're actual lawnmower motor. So,
Yeah.
anybody can take a motorcycle motor and put it in a lawnmower and
go fast.
go fast. But
You're
these are-
doing it with
these are
actual
stock-
lawnmower.
Yeah, lawnmower engines built to.
So how'd you get into it?
My first year, 2019, went to Norco and me and my son and
Seen him?
we watched them race and we got hooked.
Say, what the heck is this?
Yeah, and we just from there we had to build one.
All right.
had
So
to.
you
I
built
like
you built
it.
your own.
Built my son one first, and we thought we were going to share, and that didn't
That
happen.
never worked.
No, never.
So do you race each other?
So now we're in the same
Yes.
class.
Ah,
Oh.
nice.
How old's your son?
My son's 21.
Okay, so your weight probably is about close.
Yeah, we're pretty close.
Because that's a kicker in that.
So
yeah.
if normally if he wins, I just remind him I can detune his motor.
That's true.
and he won't know how to fix it. That's the best part. So now is yours more of a stand-up wind block, or are you slammed to the ground?
No, I run we both run the Supermod class, so they're
Oh, so you,
real low to the ground. And,
yeah.
cars.
And it's still a lawnmower engine?
Still lawnmower engine, Vanguard.
Briggs and Stratton?
Briggs & Stratton Vanguards. Yeah.
We also run the Kohlers, which are the
Yeah.
the Mercedes-Benz
excuse
motors.
Excuse me.
Yeah, but they're very expensive. And
Is that
Gary
what you
doesn't work
run,
on-
Britt?
No, I run whatever Gary puts in my machine.
Oh.
The funny thing about Gary, so Gary's been racing forever and a day, and he just loves the sport of racing.
Yeah.
And what's funny is his machines never break down because he's always working on them.
Sure.
But in the pits, he's helping all of us keep
Right,
our
right,
machine
right.
going because he wants us out there on the
Yeah.
track.
Well, of course.
Because then we get on the track, and then he smokes us.
Oh, yeah, more people to
He
beat.
just smokes
I
us.
see.
Like we were just at Paris. What was it? Just last week, 2 weeks ago, maybe. Well, it was last week. I don't know. Don't ask me time.
It was-
Anyway,
yeah.
he's like 2 laps ahead of us, and he's just out there like it's nothing. Goes by me in waves, you know.
And no offense, he's a tad heavier than you.
yes, and older.
No, I'm not.
You're not?
You're not
It
what?
must be the sweatshirt.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it looks like actually we're the same weight. Bottom line is he detunes my motor and he does secret stuff on his.
No.
And then he,
Oh.
Gary's the guy that I used to take because I could only afford a go-kart back in the day. And that was with a chainsaw motor, Briggs or McCullough's.
right?
Yep.
And I would take my cart and my checkbook, and I would hand it to Gary and say, all right, if I lose, it had better be my fault. And I'd leave him with my checkbook and my go-kart. Right?
Hey, Gary's the engine builder. He's got to have something a little better than.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Well, that's your...
No, that's not true. There's no secrets. Everybody's
Maybe
the same.
you just know how to
he doesn't
drive.
lift.
That's exactly what it is. He just knows how to drive because he's been doing it all of his life.
Yeah.
But not lawnmowers.
But he can sure build a lawnmower motor.
Yeah, man, it's a bulletproof motor.
So
He
we're not
can
going to
read
ask
a
you
track,
any tricks.
probably.
But it is interesting. I mean, the super modified lawnmower, basically it is a Briggs & Stratton motor, starts between 18 horsepower and 23-ish horsepower. Gary does hocus pocus, puts in the billet stuff and the cheetah cams and da-da-da. And then we get it back, and they dyno about between 70 and 90 horsepower.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah, so on a big enough track, we could probably hit, like if we were to run the quarter mile up Verona,
We were
which I
talking,
kind of want to
yeah.
do, we could easily
me.
hit 100 miles an hour in our machines. The problem is we run the not that's a problem. It's probably a good thing we don't run that fast. But we run the smaller tracks, so
Right.
you know, like at Verona, we'll do the high 50s, low 60s on the regular
And
going
that's
around that
with
track.
no roll cage,
No roll cage, no seatbelt,
no seatbelt,
no
Right.
suspension.
no suspension, and no seat that has any...
Padding.
No
Pad.
no padding at all. No.
You're going to say something. Drag your mic over.
I just recently actually added my dad to the
The mix.
mix.
mix?
Yeah,
How old is he?
He's just turned 64.
Attaboy.
So he's out of Mesa, Arizona.
Okay.
And he's now our third generation running with us. So.
Okay, so how do people know where you guys run?
So if
Do you have a website?
Yeah, SoCalMowerRacing.net, not .com, .net, SoCalMowerRacing.net. And our schedule's on there, and there's hyperlinks to where the tracks are at. But in general, we race Verona, Paris, and wheel-to-wheel on the regular. And then we do a lot of fairs. So we'll be over the July 4th weekend, we do the Del Mar Fair with the monster trucks. So we're like the monster trucks halftime show.
Gotcha.
Which is always kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then stuff will pop up, a little rodeo here, a little fair over there. We'll go run and so we'll get in the rodeo rings, the bull riding rings, and we'll do a little short. I mean, like a 10th mile, like a really small track race, which is a blast. And then we'll get out when we run they call it the $1 Million Dirt over at Del Mar because that arena we race in, that dirt's like $1 million.
Yeah.
But that's a big track.
Right.
And then I
That's
think
at the 4th of July weekend.
The
That's
4th of
the
July
end of the
weekend.
fair.
Yeah.
So are they chain drive?
Yes.
Okay. So your gear ratio will have everything to do with size track
Yep.
you run on.
Change your sprockets.
Change your sprockets.
Yep.
And you're probably the only one that knows that combination.
No, I'm not. I don't. Hey, I'm not the only one that knows.
I know
stuff.
where this guy's coming
Yeah.
from. He's the only guy that works on his lawnmower with a tent.
Yeah.
I'm trying to teach everybody how to do that, and so that I don't have to tell them to do that, so I can relax
And spend some time having
Racing.
fun, right?
Racing, yeah.
Exactly.
The funny thing,
go
the funny thing is, Dave, is that I wish he had secrets and would cover his. He doesn't. He lets us all see it, and then he still smokes us on the track.
Yeah, he's always the one helping us in the pits fix ours.
Yeah, fix ours so that he can run circles around us,
Well,
which is fine.
No.
Well, somebody knows how not to break his lawnmower, right?
Yep.
I mean, because
Yes.
you could definitely throw a piston. That's not a problem.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they could break at any time, but you gear them right. You don't over rev them. Like anything's gonna blow up if you want to.
Right? Remember the McCullough days?
Yep. In fact, it's funny you bring up chainsaws.
Yeah.
'Cause I was a logger.
Were you
So,
really?
yeah, I know a lot about chainsaws.
Well, you ever hear of a guy by the name of Gary Emick? He was the godfather of McCullough chainsaw go-karts, but his wife is the one that built all the motors.
Oh wow!
Nobody could get more horsepower, and she had one cart that had 3 Mac 101s,
I've seen it.
and that
Pictures.
thing would just lay rubber like as if you were an NHRA.
Yeah,
and the
crazy.
first time Gary drove it, it scared the you-know-what out of him. And his wife would never let him in the shop where she was building motors. And how big is a chainsaw motor? I mean, it's
a little thing.
Just a little thing. But she had tricks that nobody else had.
Right.
That's absolutely amazing. So
I want to know how people get started. If they're listening right now and they're like,
So,
I want to do that.
I think that's probably the easiest part.
So there's a couple ways to do it. Obviously, just go buy a mower off of Facebook, offer up, and start building, and come show up, and we'll chat with you.
But when you say
Get to
building, yeah, what do you mean building? I mean, do you have on your website, the
So-
rules, regulations?
So on the website, there's a section called the build rules, and it depends on what class you want to come into. You just read that and follow that. And you reach out to us. All of us will help you. We want everybody. We want anybody and everybody that wants to race lawnmowers to get into it, because the bigger the sport, the more we get to race and have fun, which is what we're after. So probably the first step is to go to either our YouTube channel or our Facebook channel, TikTok channel, and watch some videos.
What are they looking for? Give us one video to Google.
Whatever.
YouTube.
Lawnmower racing.
Just go to
Del Mar.
YouTube,
Okay,
lawnmower
racing.
Yeah,
Del Mar.
there's a bunch of videos on there just so you can kind of see what we're doing. Come to a race, watch us race. Come to the pits, talk to us. We'll let you sit in them. We don't mind that.
Yeah.
We also go out and practice on the semi-regular, most of the time at Paris, because it's the only practice track we can get to. If you see us talking on Facebook, because we'll normally social media that, hey, we're going to be here practicing. Come on out. We'll let you sit in it. If you have your own helmet, we'll let you put around the track on it to see what.
Okay, that's what a follow-up question was. Equipment outside of what the vehicle I'm racing. I need a helmet.
You need a helmet.
That's it. No gloves.
Well, you probably want a
Like
glove.
gloves.
Are you talking for
Boots?
racing or for
Yes,
just coming and
for
checking
racing.
it? For racing. Helmet,
Budget.
neck
Neck blade,
thing.
Yeah,
driving.
Okay. Oh, you want to do budget?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Kinda.
So if you're going to come in at the super mod level, which we normally don't let people come straight in unless they have experience.
Sure.
Like you, Britt, you came in, we would probably let you go right into it because you're a dirt
race,
person.
man.
But this is a lawnmower, folks.
This is a lawnmower. So all in, if you want to get a nice, super modified, all the gear, want to race tomorrow, $4,000 maybe.
Wow.
And you're racing,
Right.
maybe. Go ahead, Brett.
We got to throw in the fact it's a 70-mile-an-hour lawnmower.
Yeah, just 70 miles.
Okay, what about stock? If someone wants to start stock.
Probably 2,500.
Right. And I'm sure once you get tired of the $2,500 one, slap a for sale sign and move up to the next level.
What do they weigh? Like, could it be pulled in that Volvo you're driving this week?
You're
Dave?
looking at about 325
Yeah.
pounds
Easy.
for what ours are.
Yeah.
They're actually lighter than the stock ones,
Sure.
but you can get into it pretty cheap.
And throw it in the back of a pickup truck.
Right, you
that
can.
too.
Right in the tail.
If
Yep.
you're handy or you have someone in your family that's handy, like a Gary.
That's very handy.
Yeah, this is very handy. But if you're going to do it yourself and build it yourself, you can probably get a stock mower ready for racing under $1,000.
Yeah.
Right.
And that includes your helmet from, what is it, Chaparral type of thing.
Yeah.
Get the Fox cheap helmet and
Yeah.
a neck brace, and you're
Right.
good to go.
It's all. I'm not saying this is funny, but imagine riding a lawnmower that has no safety gear as far as or roll cages, and he wants you to wear a neck brace.
Right?
I go, wait a minute, what is that going to do? Because if I go flying off this thing, I don't know if that's going to help.
Whiplash.
Well,
I
okay, so
suppose.
in all honesty, it's weird. People think the super modified mower would be the most dangerous. It's actually not. It's the modified because we sit up higher.
Yeah.
So the super modified, we're at 2 inches off the ground.
Oh,
the
that's where
frame.
you're slammed.
Yeah, the seat, you can set your seat as low as you want. Mine's about 2.5 inches. But when you're in the modified, the frame rail has to be at 4 inches. And the reason it has to be at 4 inches is because in theory, the spirit of the rules is you need to be able to mow with it. So some guy back east at some point many years ago figured out I can get mine as down to 4 inches and still keep the deck on and mow.
Oh,
so
I
that's
see.
how that became the number.
How long have we been doing this? How long has lawnmower racing been around? Anybody
50s?
know?
Well, I was thinking about that. Like
50s?
everyone was probably
50
doing
years?
No,
Well,
since the 50s.
I know my grandma
even
used
more.
to. Yeah.
50, whenever the lawnmowers came out.
Yeah.
What do men do? There's a reason why women live longer than men. Because if it has a wheels and motors,
Yeah.
we'll freaking race it.
Yeah, that's true.
My thought this morning when I was starting to think about this, I thought they were probably like everyone was doing it, and finally someone's like, let's make this like real. Let's
Right.
sanction this,
Basically.
and really compete.
Well,
with
it's
each
kind of
other.
like King of the Hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like King of the Hill, the cartoon. I mean, they're all sitting around, and then they got the lawnmower, and hey, we're drinking beer. Let's go in circles.
Hey, I bet you I go faster than you.
Exactly. But anyway, so back to the height thing. Now, what makes the modified so much more dangerous is that in a super modified, our seats are at about 2.5
Right.
inches. But to the rules, the seat has to be at stock level, which is top of the rubber of the tire, so you're sitting 15 inches off the ground. And then dumb idiots like me takes a super modified motor that Gary built, and I put it in my modified. So I'll try and go just as fast in a super mod.
But you're up a little high.
You're up a little
Are
higher.
you leaning off of it like a three-wheeler?
Oh, yeah.
When they
Yes.
race.
Oh, yes.
So you don't have to run that motor because, you get those bigger motors. You build those motors, it starts getting up there in cost. Right?
Yeah.
So what a lot of people do for the modified division is you put a billet aluminum flywheel on them and take the governor off usually.
Right.
And you'd be really surprised. You gear them how you're supposed to.
And that's really all you need to do.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all you need to do.
Yes, and they will run really well. You don't have to put the big motors in them. That's only if you want to.
Die.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how much RPM those little motors will turn with no
Sure.
governor.
Just with the governor off.
Yeah, but what's the old standard? You want a 327 Chevy V8,
Right.
or do you want a 426 big block Hemi? Not that you're going to go any faster or win anything, but it's a Hemi. It's an elephant motor.
Right.
That's the coolest.
It sounds
It's men and
amazing.
their egos.
Right, exactly.
Got any girls racing?
Yeah, we have lots of women that race. So our age bracket, I think the youngest, our junior class, are like 9 years old.
Oh wow!
And our oldest driver is Randy, and he's like, what, 72?
73,
Wow.
something.
73?
I know somebody that would love to do it.
No, we're already going to put her on one.
We were talking about
Yeah.
it.
I'm sure we
When
were.
when we weren't supposed to be talking about it.
I know.
We were talking
You know who
about
else would be
Whose
good?
sign are you on?
You know who else? Your mother.
Yeah.
Sounds like you'd be pretty interested in
Yeah.
it yourself.
No, because then I would buy one.
No,
Right.
That's my problem.
I want to race you, Dave.
What's the old adage? How old do you think you would be if you didn't know how old you were today?
12.
18. So there you go. Simple.
Yeah.
Except your body keeps saying, "Excuse me, hello up there.
Very
Right?
quick answer,
Hello up
Britt.
there. What are you doing?"
When did I stop bouncing and start breaking?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know. Isn't that the truth?
God. But back to the safety of the
Yeah.
sport. We were laughing about people crashing. There's only been one person that's died in the last 10 years nationwide, and so it's pretty safe.
Oh, yeah,
we
yeah,
get
yeah.
beat up, we get banged up. I've
Yeah,
been
yeah,
upside down 3 times in the last 2 years, and
Does your lawnmower have the same thing motorcycles have?
what's that?
It's a little gyro that when you go off of it, it looks for you and tries to poke holes in you.
It always lands on me.
Well, then you have that. You
Yeah.
need to get that gyro out of there.
Oh, then I can just kick free?
Yeah, then you don't have to worry about it.
No, it
How
always,
about parts and pieces?
What is that?
Well, tires. What kind of tires?
Oh,
I've been
so-
wondering about the tires
Yeah.
over here.
So we run there's Hoosier and there's Burris is pretty much what we run.
like real racing tires.
Yeah, they're real racing
how
tires.
Well,
funny.
Burris is go-karting mainly, but
Oh, that's
but
hilarious.
Hoosier's got a market.
But remember, the other classes, so the modified and the juniors run regular stock lawnmower tires.
Turf
Oh,
mates.
okay.
Turfmate
okay.
tires.
That's awesome.
The super modifieds like that we're talking about, you can run the Burris or the Hoosier on.
Which is a
those.
low profile.
Yeah, the low profile, real sticky, good.
Now, I personally run the Burris because it is family owned and the tires are made in America.
Right.
Their
Yeah.
warehouse is right out of Huntington Beach.
Right.
If you buy the Hoosier, which is also a great tire, but you're sending money to Germany because it's owned by a German company.
Nah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't do that. So.
And you can run the tires. I run Hoosiers. They run. They'll
Communist.
last a full season. I mean, they're
Yeah, if you don't do anything stupid.
yeah, just yeah,
Like run into somebody.
That happens.
You can flip 'em on the
Well,
rim
but
and-
you know what? But that's not necessarily true because this season we're going to run a lot more Barona. And
Yeah,
the
but-
Barona, that track, because of the clay in it, it chews the tires up, right?
Yeah.
So we'll probably go.
Now, you'll run the big track at Verona.
No.
No, we run the small track.
Oh, they-
I mean, I will run the big track if they let me, but they won't.
They race inside.
Why won't they let you run the big track?
Because at 100 miles an hour, if we wreck at that speed, we're dead.
They probably would let us if we wanted to, but
I don't think I'd go 100 miles an hour.
no. 8th mile and 10th mile tracks or arenas, that's the most fun.
So you have no Nerf bars, right?
Okay.
We have
You mean for our feet?
Oh,
No.
no,
We do
have a-
like
no,
hitting
because
each
open
other.
wheel-
Oh, no, we're open wheel.
No, we're open wheel, but the bumper, your front bumper is inside the wheel. The back one is just, it's there to stop you getting hit.
Oh, but it's not to stop you
But
from
your wheels are open.
Yeah, we're
You're
open wheel.
open wheel. Okay.
Reminds me of somebody else I know.
Yeah, open wheel.
Let's take a break.
Extra pucker
Yeah.
track.
Let's take a break. Racer Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The answer. Does that sound like a lawnmower?
Yes? Sounds like mine. Hey, Racer Radio, back again. Thanks, Brittany. Was that your lawnmower?
Thank you, Brendan. I sent him the audio.
Oh, did you? All right, well, this is Racer Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The answer.
Brought to you by Friends of Jacqueline Foundation. Go to friendsofjacqueline.org. See if you can help out with child brain tumors. It's probably just, I can't even think about it when I think about it. So you need to go. If there's anything you can do to help, you can buy some merch, donate some money, or if you know a family member or a friend whose child has been stricken by this terrible, terrible disease, I call it a disease, have them go there and see if they can get some help. Also, if you're hungry, and February 14th is Valentine's Day, they're having a special menu at the Hacienda Casablanca Mexican restaurant. Go to their website, haciendacasablanca.net. Make an appointment. Might see you there. All right, we're talking lawnmower racing. We got Britt Griffin. We got Gary Parsons. Or Paps. And Brett Barnett.
Brad.
Brad, I'm sorry. Well, I'm going to get a little bit closer.
Okay.
What is in that coffee cup you're drinking?
No, I got new contacts coming, and I got to pick the stupid thing up.
It's okay.
Oh, Old age sucks, doesn't it?
It really does.
Why does God waste youth on the young?
I know. What is that you're...
The Barona schedule just came out, so I was trying to mouth to Gary, like, how many times are you on here? Do you know? Do you have a count?
Yeah, no, we just got it. Trish just sent it out. So now that we've got it there, we got to get a hold of her and.
Oh, I see.
And
Kind of
tell her.
work backwards.
and then we'll see
Backload your way in?
Yes,
Okay.
backload the way in. Yeah.
Well, to the listeners, the schedule just came out for Barona on
Yeah.
Facebook.
Okay.
Starting March 1st all the way through till October 25th.
Fantastic. So the other thing with lawnmower racing, there's enough sheet metal on that lawnmower that you could actually get advertisers.
Yeah, sponsors.
Yeah, and we have them.
And sponsors. Who are some of your sponsors?
So my big sponsor is timcast.com. It's a political podcast, and they wrap a NASCAR car, and I just jokingly sent in a message to him and said, because he was bragging about it, I go, hey, do you want to wrap my racing lawnmower? And they were like, what? And they pulled up a video, and they were like all over it. So yeah, they gave me a nice
And what is it called again?
timcast.com.
All right, CASS.
CAST. Tim,
CAS.
like casting. It's a
Oh,
podcast.
okay, all right.
Like a podcast.
All right,
But
so
it's
that's
Timcast.
your main.
Their main, and then Hollywood Catios throws a little money my way, and then my job.
What's your job?
I'm a general contractor by trade, but
Uh-huh.
I basically build catios.
What's a catty?
A patio for cats?
Yes.
Oh.
So basically, it's a pet enclosure to give your cats the outside, but they don't get eaten by Wile E. Coyote or
Yeah.
run over by Mr.
Oh,
Michelin.
a listener is probably jumping
Isn't
up and
it-
down and wants
Well,
your contact information.
I've got to get your contact
Oh,
info.
my gosh.
Because after 25 years of being married, I finally talked my wife into doing a radio show called Dog Tales and More.
Okay.
And we want to talk to get people that do things with animals. Because, and I think a cat...
Catio.
Catio.
Cat patio.
Will definitely be a top.
Catio.
Yeah.
All right.
Hollywood Catios on TikTok, you'll laugh your butts off watching me do stupid stuff on videos.
Oh, I don't think that would be fun.
Thanks for that
All right,
entertainment.
Who's next? Who's your sponsor?
All right, I got to give shout out to Monster Detail RV. They
Oh.
support me quite a bit.
What do they do?
It's a mobile RV service.
Oh.
Polishing, decal removal.
Oh, yeah, the guys that shine them.
outside, heck, right in
What
our,
part of the, Southern California?
Yeah, they're out of Hemet. Based out of Hemet, they go Temecula, Norco, Corona,
All
Palm
in that
Springs.
area.
Yeah, right to your RV resort or storage. And,
That's cool.
Barnett Fab, they do a lot of the welding for me.
And what's your last name?
Barnett.
Yeah.
So my son owns a welding company.
Okay.
Your son owns a welding company.
Wow,
Okay.
really?
And then,
Wait,
Gary Paps.
The 21-year-old?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, he's a welder. He's a certified welder. So,
accomplished. Wow.
That's cool.
and then Gary Paps for building my motor. He's best mower engine
Mower builder ever.
Lots
ever
of
out there, so.
accolades for this guy.
All right, what about you, Hollywood?
Me,
Speechless.
myself, and I.
So you haven't found any more sponsors? Okay, get a food sponsor.
I was waiting.
Go find a restaurant or somebody.
Sandwich shop.
Yeah, a sandwich shop. That way, when you go to the races, you take a box of sandwiches, and if you have any leftovers, you can spread them around with a business card.
Right.
Then that sandwich shop will be, and then you could come here again.
Right.
Or call in and say, brought to you by Pete's Sandwich Shop. Because it's just another way to help small business.
Can you eat on race day? I would imagine.
No, not really. I don't normally, actually.
Oh, okay.
She doesn't either.
Oh,
No, I don't.
I do now. My first year, I would eat like 3 Cheez-Its.
I still get the butterflies today.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm much better now.
Although I'm new at this.
I go to the bathroom like 4 times.
Thank you
before.
for that,
But I
David.
do that anyways.
Well, I don't anymore.
Oh.
I'm not that old.
Off the rails.
But as far as eating goes, yeah, no.
How do
So
we
Gary, no? Or
No,
How do you what?
How do we get the answer to sponsor a mower?
The answer to sponsor a mower?
he's talking Racer Radio.
Oh, you're talking race
Racer
Oh,
radio?
radio.
maybe even
yeah.
bigger, the answer. Even
Yeah.
bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to go big, go big.
Yeah.
I don't know. We might be able to work something out.
All right.
I'm known to do that on occasion.
He is.
All right.
Gary, did you want to say something?
yeah, I do, I do a lot of my own stuff, but a lot of these fellas do, if I need something,
Sure.
they chip in.
Right.
So
Always.
everybody does. Everybody just chips in if
Yeah.
something comes up. I can't say I don't have any.
Right. But it's nice
It's,
if you...
it's just that's just the matter of the big group of people. That's
Sure.
what makes
It's a
it
family.
So fun.
I refer to it as the Dirt Track
Yeah,
family.
right. The
Right.
dirt track family.
How many people would you say are in your group?
Oh,
42.
40.
Yeah, we have 42 mowers.
42 in the mower.
Wow.
In
You'd
the
like
club.
more, right?
Yeah, we have 42, but trying to get more than 6 to show up is like herding cats. However,
Yeah.
yes, we do want more. We always want more. We want people to get into this. We want, in my perfect world, I would love to be able to have a class up at Wheel to Wheel, a class at Paris, and a class at Verona all racing on the same weekend. That's how big I would love to see this sport. And then we'd have some big super get-together.
I saw you were at a car show recently. That was a good way to advertise.
Yeah, we've started doing car shows, and they're a blast. And it's kind of funny because when you go to a car show, what's the first? Don't touch, don't touch, don't touch. The kids come by ours. You want to sit in it? And they're like, "What? We can?" We let the kids sit in it, the adults sit in it, fire them up.
I know what that's all about.
That's one of the best parts of this club is everyone helps each other. So in the pits, if you're broke or I got something on my car you need, and I'm out.
Your son welding on anything yet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll make him
Welder's
weld.
always good for the
Yeah.
We make him weld on a lot of stuff.
Have I got an idea for you?
Oh boy.
Tractor Supply.
Oh, as a sponsor?
My daughter works at Tractor Supply in Norco, and I've already asked. And you have to go through corporate, and you have to
Right.
fill out forms. And in their mind, they're like, "Is it big enough? Is enough eyeballs going to see it?" Because they're that big.
Here's what I would do. Go to where your daughter works and say, we're off this weekend. We want to bring 3 lawnmowers and just put them in front of your store.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Just set them in front of your store. Put an easy up, set the tractors up, and then maybe start them up for them, a couple times during the day.
Yeah.
And pass out your new thumb drive that tells you everything you want to know about it. If nothing else, it'll generate new drivers.
It's a hope.
And second, you take that video that you're going to do of that event and send it to corporate.
That's a darn good idea. Why are you not doing this for a living? Helping
Dude.
people promote.
He kind of does.
I do. That's why I had a buddy of mine give me the best compliment in the world. You have the greatest ideas for everybody else but yourself.
Well, that is, yes.
But that's how my brain works. That's why I can do 7 hours of radio. I was at breakfast the other day, and I found out this girl does horse massage.
What?
She was my waitress. So I'm in the process of putting together a show for her to help her do a radio show. But I'm just saying, whenever I see somebody like yourselves that's so family-oriented, and so family-friendly, kids would love it because I have a sneaky feeling they're not all painted black.
No.
Yeah, I'm sure they're a little on the bright and flowery side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, what a great thing when you're walking up into a, like I almost said Sears, but we don't have Sears anymore, but even Home Depot or some of these big box stores, you may not get anything out of them, or if there's any little lawnmower shops in your community that just work on the gardener stuff, you'd be surprised. But I think the best success you guys could do is what you already are doing, which is awesome, but literally go and do a static display someplace.
I would love to do that, and I would love to do a static display like at the stadiums. Like what do we call the local stadium now? Not the Qualcomm anymore. Right?
No, Dragonfly.
Snapdragon. When the Snapdragons, whatever.
When they just had Supercross.
Right. We should have been there with an easy up and
Right.
stuff displayed. You're absolutely right.
Right.
I'm gonna follow that
I think
road.
he is too.
Hey, and you can contact me anytime you want.
All right.
Just to, if nothing else, to bounce ideas off, and then I can help you get contacts.
All right.
Even up in your neck of the woods. Because I mean, even though you don't race Paris Auto Speedway, you could display there. Plus, there's the Paris bike track or the motorcycle
Paris
track.
Raceway.
Paris Raceway.
But the Paris Raceway also has a flat track. They have a.
So you could go on it.
Yeah, we race it. That's where we practice.
Oh, okay.
We actually
that's
practice
where
at
you
Rare. If I wasn't clear about that earlier,
Right.
Paris Raceway
Gotcha.
is the track that we practice on and run on. There's a lot of the go-karts race there. Matter of fact, we're racing there on the 1st.
Yep.
Is this
at
part
Paris
of your
Raceway.
winter series?
The winter series, yes.
And the other thing you could do is start going to schools. Go to a grammar
I
school.
don't want to go back to school.
No, you're not going to make it because you'd fail.
That's true.
But if you drug the carts down there, again, how old did you? What's the youngest driver you got?
I think 9-ish. We have a junior class. Yeah.
I mean, I made the fatal mistake of going to her school.
He picked me up in a 2025 McLaren. I said, pick me
Wow.
up 15 minutes before the 1,000 middle school students
Kids,
are let out.
and I had no idea all these kids.
Ha!
They went,
I did.
They were over that car like you would not believe. And I almost panicked because I don't know if you remember going to the auto shows, and the kids would steal the knobs and the shifters.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm because I only have that car for a week. I
Everything
dove
was
into it.
there. My kids were good.
Yep. One of them even asked me if I'd be his dad, which I thought was kind of cute.
And then we left just in time for all the staff meetings to start.
And we
And
left
I went with them.
quickly.
So if I let you race my mower, will you let me race your BB?
Oh, wow.
Maybe not race, just go around in circles a couple
Let's
times.
definitely go around, because I'm not sure if I would want to race the first time.
Yeah,
I
no.
don't know if I want to race
Just
Gary
practice.
and Brad over here.
Well, the best thing to do would be like on a Friday when they have practice.
Yeah, there are 2 practices.
So you have, and then
Posted
you
right
guys
here.
are on the calendar.
Hmm.
Hey, and if you can't, because no offense, you might not get
Well,
in her
I was
car.
just looking at him. His height is one thing. I run a youth seat.
It's
so
not
there's
the height
girth,
issue.
Oh.
but there's also height.
But there's enough guys
Yeah.
out there
Gary's
that
not
sh-
getting
that-
in my car.
that she could probably get you
His
a ride.
legs.
Oh, all right.
If you're ready for your checkbook to do that.
I mean, whatever. Life is short. Let's have fun.
There you
Yes,
go.
Right?
very true.
Hey, look at all the cat hotels you're building.
I mean, yeah.
Catios.
Catios.
Excuse moi. Catios. All right, so we got the advertising out of the way. And if somebody wanted to advertise on your lawnmower, I'm sure it's not a bucket load of money. It's not NASCAR.
No, not at all.
Like
I mean,
$1 million for the hood.
1.2 million. You got the whole car. I mean, no problem.
go.
And the driver.
And the driver, and my kids, if you want them,
you
really.
can totally tattoo me, whatever you
I'll
want.
give you
I'm
anything.
ready.
I'll put it on my forehead. No, not really.
Yeah, right.
No, no. And if someone was interested in doing that, just either reach out to the driver at the track in the pits, or just go to SoCalMowers.net
Well-
and send us a message, and
Right.
we'll forward it to the right driver.
Well, here's what I'm thinking, because you asked about racial radio. What I usually like to do is I like to donate the prize money. In other words,
We don't race for money.
Oh, that's
no, I know you don't.
Wait, Gary, what?
that's a pretty good point. So we don't race for money. We don't go expecting,
Yeah.
right? The tracks actually put up trophies for us,
Right.
but we never have in the 5-6 years that
Yeah.
we've been SoCal Mowers. We've never raced for money.
Okay.
We don't want that drama.
We just don't want all the nonsense. That's what keeps it simple.
Okay.
We try to keep it as simple as we can.
Okay, so Racer
But-
Radio can't go and say the winner of the main event gets $500.
Not necessarily. I mean, you can if you want.
No, 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 no,
if
no.
you would
I'm just
like.
saying if you don't want it,
But ideally, do you have any swag? Like T-shirts, jackets?
not if I'm giving you $500. You're lucky you got. You know how old this shirt is?
I mean, for sponsor money, like,
Well, I mean, 'cause
it's
I do it for
nice,
the kids.
But
I
we
do it-
don't ask. We
No. I'm not. See, you didn't ever ask, but I'm. Yes, you did.
Yeah, I did.
No,
Yeah, you did.
I'm just saying that we never have. I'm not saying.
I
I'm
know.
just saying
In
we
general.
never
Well,
have.
I'm just saying because it may draw more.
Yeah.
Because what I would probably do is I would go out and find people to be willing to give
Right.
money. But I also totally understand why you don't do it.
Yeah. Have you ever been in the pits and you see some guy pushing somebody? You cut me off. You ran my kid off. Your carburetor's
So
just
you don't
this.
hear any of that?
We don't have any of that.
Oh.
yeah,
and-
like you're running for $1 million
Yeah.
prize.
I
right?
get it.
So we
I
don't
get
want
it.
that.
No, I'm right there with you.
However-
we're not into that.
You say $1 million, but people are fighting over $50.
yeah, $50.
Yeah. Yeah, Brad.
We will do like our own.
Cash run.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody throws
Our
in
own pot.
$5.
Each driver puts in $10, and we
Okay.
race for it.
Well,
And then you see nobody sandbags at that point.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're smiling,
Sandbag?
listeners.
You know what that is? I never heard
They're
that.
smiling. Can you re-emphasize or clarify for our listeners when and where those races are that are coming up? Because if they are interested,
Well, we are currently on the books right now. We are currently racing at Paris Raceway. That's the dirt bike
Yes.
track that's been around since 1952
Right.
or 8, something like that. And that is the 1st, and then I believe it's the
Of
15th.
February.
The 1st of February, which is a Saturday, and then is it the 15th?
Yes.
that's a
15th
Saturday.
is a Saturday. So those are the last, and then we're off a little bit.
Roughly what time of day?
Oh yeah, good point. 3 o'clock.
Okay.
So it's so you're not even out late. You're
Wow.
home. Like for me and an old guy, I'm home and in bed by 8.
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
you can sleep in.
Yeah.
And there are bleachers there.
There are
So
bleachers
just so you
there.
know.
They're selling hot dogs and stuff like that, hamburgers. And then we have stuff coming up. We are literally right now kind of crunching our schedule and getting it together. Barona's raceway schedule coming out helps a lot. John Aiden up at Wheel to Wheel has his schedule out, so we're going to start piecing stuff together.
So what was it? What month or what date was the first race?
February 1st.
February 1st. Next,
First of the
2
month.
weeks.
Yep.
2 weeks.
Are you
And then
ready?
15.
Do you have your mower ready, Brad?
It's on jack stands, so it's in process.
All right.
Isn't
me
that what
too,
they all
guilty.
say?
Well, mine too.
I mean, don't they always run good at home?
They run great at home. Well, what I want to like to do is try to get you guys to. Of course, you're not. Well, before you get to the Barona race, let's do a KUSI.
For sure.
Schedule you for KUSI, just to let people know what's
Coming up.
I tried doing this. I tried doing this with KUSI, and I got in all kinds of trouble because what I wanted to do, we got 8, 10, 39, Fox, and CW6 and KUSI in town. I wanted drivers from each station to come in and run a different night, and then at the end of the season, have a runoff between all the stations.
Oh.
But I didn't realize, I forgot the word insurance, and I just told the anchors, come on out, we'll put you in a race car. And they still talk about it to this day. The owner, not so much.
Those poor guys.
But I'm always trying to promote.
Yes.
The other thing that I'm involved heavily in is the Automotive Museum.
Okay.
And I think the Automotive Museum would love to have you guys down, for a display. We're also building it. They got a 14,000 square foot building that they're working with the STEMS program and teaching kids how to work on cars, and maybe even have a session come in to learn how to work on small engines, because back when we were kids they used to have a class called small engines, which they don't have anymore.
No, it's actually not true anymore. They're bringing it back.
Is it coming? Well, true, it's coming back, and I think we're fighting hard down here. And it's good to see you guys are fighting hard up in the Inland Empire.
Yeah, my son is at Norco High, and they have the full mechanics, weld, all that stuff.
Wow.
He's back.
Till the auto shop teacher retires.
Right, exactly. Well, but they got a young auto shop. He's young. He's
Excellent.
Everybody's young to me. And then we have a member, Todd, out of Arizona. He is a shop teacher, and he is literally has his kids building
his car.
Yeah, they're building cars, and then they sell it, and it goes to the budget for the auto shop to buy. So. Yeah,
you got to have your wheels turning all the time.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're getting ready to leave. Final last words. Now he can't talk.
Everybody heard the date, the 1st or the 15th. If you want to get out and check us out up at Paris Raceway, that's coming up real quick.
Right.
It's a neat little place. Not a lot of people right at the moment, so it'd be a real good time to get around, gather around, check us out.
And I always tell people, don't get too close because you'll end up with a rag or a tool.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I've got the sign on my trailer.
Oh, okay.
And 2 things you may not know. His 2 sons race too.
Okay.
Race as well. So I think you came in, the 3 of you, 1, 2, 3, the last time you were at
Yes.
Verona, right?
Yes.
Who was first?
Dad.
Should have known.
Yeah.
Talk about Mr. D-Tune.
Actually, the old man is what Craig,
Yeah.
their announcers, calls me the old man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dirt dude you're talking
Yeah,
about?
dude. Yeah.
I think you should get a T-shirt, Mr. D-Tune.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, the other thing is too, it's my wife's at nearly every race we have, and she videos every race that we do. So she could be she's a sponsor.
So
There you
there
go.
you go.
Yeah.
Nice
Yeah.
shot. That
My
was a
wife's
smart move.
That was a smart move.
Yeah.
Smart.
All right,
move.
final words.
Yeah,
That
come
was
out,
close.
come out and see us.
right.
I drive the number 9 teal supermod, so I'd be very
Okay.
interested
There
in
we
it.
go.
Number 9. Any reason for the
9
number?
and teal.
I've just always been number 9. The guys always give me crap for the color, but
It's all
it's a
good.
teal.
But the
Stands
number
out.
doesn't have any real.
No, it stands out.
How about you?
Number 8.
Dale Earnhardt Jr.,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Should be a 3. What color's your car?
It's silver.
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 Do you go ahead.
That's all right. If you want to find out more about us,
No, what number's your car?
1776.
17.
Should be 5150.
I know. Is it red, white, and blue?
Negative. It's actually a blue collar.
Blue color?
It's a blue collar. But,
Okay.
it's
That's
some kind of wrap that they put on it.
All right.
But yeah, 1776.
All right. So you were going to say something
I was
else?
gonna say if you're interested, you want to join, you want to at least feel out the prospect of maybe joining racing with us. Go to SoCalMotorRacing.net.
Okay.
That is our website, and then there's links to all of our socials on there. And if you decide to send a message, you'll be talking to me, Britt. I'm the one that runs all the social media,
Okay.
and we'll get you hooked up with the right people.
Yeah.
We'll get you hooked up with the right people and get you racing with us.
I think you should. Then you should also start a driving school.
Brittany's going to do that for us.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's
she has nothing else to do.
my next career. When I retire, I'll take over the radio.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've
In
done
all
that.
seriousness, though, Dave and Brittany need to race at Verona on the small track.
Yeah.
We'll put them both out
Yes.
They do.
Yes.
Not gonna get. I'm not. You didn't
Yes.
hear me arguing.
Yes.
No, I loved nothing. I love, but I just got to learn to breathe. That's the only.
there. Right?
What, Brett?
Oh no! When I kart race, the minute I get in the lead, my
Dave, that's not going to be a problem. You're not going to be ahead of me.
oh.
All you have is air in front of you. There's nothing
That's-
around you. You're just
Did you
fresh
hear
air.
what she said?
Is it safe to assume at Paris, if people come, they can walk right into the pit
Yes.
area? Yeah,
Yes.
So they can walk
Yes.
right up to you
Yeah.
guys.
It's 20. It is a $20 head charge to get in, but yes, you can go everywhere for
Right.
$20
All right,
bucks.
So look for number 9, number 8, and 17.
And that's at most of the tracks. Most of the tracks the pits are open
Yeah.
where you can come
Right.
much.
talk to us, see the cars.
Well, Brona, you got to pay. You got to pay the pit price.
True.
Yeah.
But at Paris,
Yeah,
Raceway.
But Raceway. All right, gentlemen, I can't thank you enough for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for
You
making
know
the
how
haul.
quick that hour was.
Way too fast. We need 2 hours next time.
Oh.
Why do you think I do
So
7?
demanding.
I mean,
Yeah.
no one's going to get an argument out of that. And each show is totally, totally different. It's crazy.
That's
I love
amazing.
It. All right.
Thank you very much.
My
Yeah.
pleasure.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, we're going to do it again. And like I said, maybe when we get you guys down for Verona, we'll have you maybe spend the night out there, and we'll get you back on the next day to talk about it. All right, folks, that was Racer Radio, FM 96.1 AM 1170.
The answer.